This could not be more of a scandal than as obvious as it is. But here is the headline. Meet the man making £26 million a year from the UK's dysfunctional asylum system. What is this all about? Well, we're going to read into it from Byline Times, exclusively from them. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here. An exclusive from Byline Times with the headline that meet the man making £26 million a year from the UK's dysfunctional asylum system. Clearsprings receives the most complaints of any company providing asylum seeker accommodation. It is privately owned by a Conservative Party donor. Right off the bat, Conservative Party donor making a profit at the expense of these asylum seekers. Money is far more important to them than the well-being of our lives, guys. And this, just before we even read the article, just paints a massive picture in and of itself, guys. It's so sad. And we have such a terrible government allowing this to happen. And I can only sympathise with asylum seekers who are being chucked around and treated as trash by the Home Office and by our current government, because they're treated as inhumane. They're not like illegal migrants and troublemakers or whatever, when in fact they're just people looking to earn a living, contribute to our society, and they're not being given that opportunity whatsoever, guys. And it's goddamn awful. So, asylum seekers' recommendations in the UK is infamous for its poor conditions, but there's one firm that stands out: Clearsprings. Clearsprings, which manages asylum seekers' accommodation in London, the south of England and Wales, is the subject of the most complaints filed to the government's Migrant help hotline. In June, the company forced some of the asylum seekers under its care in London to sleep on the streets in protest after it crammed them into tiny hotel rooms without beds. The company also ran Napier Barracks, a military base converted into housing for asylum seekers, that made national headlines after squalid conditions in a camp were exposed. Last month, Byline Times revealed that 3/4 of councils have lodged complaints about the condition of asylum seeker accommodations, including one council that lodged 7 cases of homes with collapsed ceiling alone. Despite that, however, the government has tabled plans to remove the council's ability to investigate those complaints by exempting asylum seeker accommodations from HMO licensing rules, one of the primary ways authorities ensure homes with multiple occupants meet the standards. Too often we see conditions inside asylum housing that would make your stomachs turn, Tim Neller-Hilton, Chief Executive of the Refugee Action, told Byline Times. Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying not to sneeze, sorry. This is brutal. If all this allegations here. Clearsprings and other housing firms are racking in huge profits from their contracts, which were won in a process in which the National Audit Office called the level of competition as limited. There's just racketeering so that they can just take taxpayers' money from us. It's legal corruption is what it is. Legal corruption. That's what it is. Legal corruption from these guys. It's just outrageous. This company is ripping us off of our taxpayers' money while treating asylum seekers like that. Allegedly, of course. But it's just... Does it surprise you at all when you consistently hear stories after stories? Does it really surprise you, guys? And the answer is no, it shouldn't surprise you, because you keep hearing these all the time. And if you hear enough of stories, surely there's got to be some truth to these stories. If you hear enough of things, bad things about somebody or someone or an organisation, surely it ends up becoming that perhaps maybe some of it is true if you hear it from so many sources, so many different people. Because that is the picture that is being painted of me, of this Conservative government. Unlike two other publicly traded companies that help run the most asylum seeker accommodations in the UK, however, Mears and Serco Clearsprings is privately owned by one Graham Ian King. Okay, so this is the guy who's ripping us off, basically. Since 2019, the firm has posted profits of 42.7 million and paid 37.9 million in dividends to its owner, according to the company's house filings. 28 million of those dividends were paid last year alone, most of which goes to King, who maintains a 94% stake in the firm. Despite taking home more of Britain's foreign aid budget than Ghana, there's previous little information on the Essex businessman on how he got involved in running such a vital part of the UK's asylum seeker support. In the past, King ran a caravan park, a taxi firm, and a teenage disco before eventually transitioning into running housing for vulnerable asylum seekers. The first record of his company having involvement was in managing outsourcing accommodation for migrants on a small scale, which was 2000 when it described as profiteering in the House of Lords. Eventually, in 2012, King's main firm Clearsprings saw a huge rise in prominence as it was awarded the contract by the government to run all asylum seeker housing in Wales and the south of England, worth tens of millions of pounds. It was awarded the same regions again when the contract was renewed in 2019. Byline Times was also to find out that King was also a past donor to the Conservative Party. Oh really? I was surprised that. In 2001, the company King was listed as a director of Thornbury Bay Park and made a £3,000 donation to the Conservative Party. In 2010, another company ran by King, Pemmican, made a further donation of £2,000 to the Tories. The King was listed as a director of both Pemmican and Thornbury Bay Park at the time of both donations, though he has since left the roles. King has also had a close brush with controversy. A few years ago, Byline Times found a registration on the King's company's house page listed him as an LPP member of the Aquarius firm company. He took on that role in 2003. In 2015, two heads of the company, Terence Potter and Neil Williams Dickinson, were jailed for a total of 14 years for fraud. The company had, according to prosecutors, taken advantage of the tax relief under the new Labour government that allowed those investing in UK firm projects to claim back 40% of the company's losses from their PAYE tax. Potters and Williams Dickinson registered millions in fraudulent losses at the film company to allow themselves and investors to claim back the losses of their taxes in a scam somewhat similar to the plot of The Producers. There is no suggestion of any wrongdoing by King himself. It is not clear in what way or how King was involved with the firm. Clearsprings did not respond to Byline Times' request for comment for this article. Well, I wonder why, guys. So it appears that this man King, Graham Ian King is his name, appears to be the one racking in the money at the expense of taxpayers' money, guys. And it looks as if it's not the first time. The Byline Times are obviously claiming that they have had links here to the Conservative Party with donations as well. It's a very good investigation from Byline Times if this turns out to be true in the future. But £26 million a year from the UK's dysfunctional asylum system he's making off it. And this is how people are being treated by the very fact that they are by the colour of their skin or the fact that they're different nationality and they're not from the UK. This is how they are treated, and he's making a profit off this. Makes you pretty sick to your stomach, doesn't it? That the value of humans are worth meaningless to those in power. It really, really is, and it's pretty disgusting. And good on Byline Times for exposing this kind of work and the continual work they do, because they really do some incredible work. But it's very disheartening, to say the least, because these people deserve to be treated better. And it's sickening that taxpayers' money is basically that's supposed to be going in to accommodate these asylum seekers are going straight into the pockets of him and his mates. Instead, it's legal corruption in plain sight, right there. What do you guys make of it? How frustrated are you by this story? Do you believe any of it? What do you think of Byline Times and the continued work that they do? Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Like, share and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.